All right, we're about to dive into an idea that might sound a little radical. What if the key to being at the top of your game isn't about working harder, but about resting better? And no, this isn't about being lazy. It's about being dangerously strategic. Just let that sink in for a second. I mean, that quote flips everything we've been taught about productivity completely on its head. It suggests that real power, real effectiveness, isn't in that frantic, busy energy, but in a kind of calm, focused readiness. That's exactly what we're going to unpack. And to really get to the heart of this, we're going to start with a classic story, a parable, really, that has a lesson that is more relevant today than ever before. It's called The Woodcutter's Secret. So, picture this. The scene is super simple. You've got two expert woodcutters, a massive forest of trees, and one single day to see who can chop the most wood. Bragging rights, a big prize, it's all on the line. Okay, so our two competitors have totally different game plans. The first guy, he is all about the hustle. He starts swinging his axe the moment the sun comes up and doesn't stop until it goes down. No breaks. The second guy, though, he's a little weird. He works for about an hour, and then he just stops and disappears. And he keeps doing this all day long. So, who's your money on? I mean, everything we're taught about hard work screams that it's gotta be the first guy, right? The one who never stopped. More time chopping should equal more wood chopped. Simple math. But that's not what happened. Against all logic, the woodcutter who kept taking breaks, the one who kept disappearing, ended the day with a way bigger pile of wood. So, how on earth is that even possible? And this is where the story gets really relevant to our own lives. Because that losing woodcutter's mindset, well, it's a perfect parallel for what we now call the grind. And it's a trap many of us fall into without even realizing it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Grind culture. It's that idea that you have to be always on. It's a mindset that treats burnout like a badge of honor and sees taking a break as a sign that you're just not committed enough. It's this belief that if you just work harder and longer than everyone else, you're guaranteed to win. And this right here perfectly illustrates the problem with that thinking. Look at the woodcutter on the left. He's chopping nonstop, but his axe is just getting duller and duller. He's putting in more effort for less and less result. And on the right, that's us, working nonstop, dulling our own tools, our focus, our creativity, and heading straight for burnout. It's the same exact story. So, what was the winner doing during all those breaks? What was his secret? This is where we find the solution. And honestly, it's a concept that can completely change how you think about your work. And there it is. That was his secret weapon. Every time he disappeared from view, he wasn't just kicking back and relaxing. He was taking a few crucial minutes to sharpen his blade. So while his competitor was just hacking away with a dulling tool, he came back every single hour with a perfectly sharp axe, ready to cut more wood with way less effort. This is the entire idea behind strategic rest. It's not about stopping work. It's about preparing for better work. It's the exact same principle that elite athletes live by. They understand that recovery isn't just downtime. It is an absolutely essential part of their training. It's what makes peak performance possible. So, how do we actually do this in our own lives? Well, first, you gotta change how you think about it. Rest isn't time off from work. It's essential time for your work. Second, own it. Just stop feeling guilty or making excuses for taking care of your most important asset, you. And third, use it. Make that rest your secret weapon so you can come back sharper and more effective than everyone else who's still stuck on the hamster wheel. Which brings us all the way back to that provocative idea from the beginning. Why on earth is being well-rested so dangerous? This slide says it all. Grind culture is like that dull axe. It makes a lot of noise, right? It looks really busy. Sparks flying, frantic emails, endless meetings, but it's not actually felling many trees. Strategic rest, on the other hand, creates a sharp axe. It works quietly, it's precise, and it gets the job done without all the drama. You see, a sharpened, well-rested mind gives you a real, tangible edge. Your focus becomes laser sharp. The quality of what you produce goes through the roof. Your decisions get clearer and smarter. And, maybe most importantly, your performance becomes sustainable. You avoid that inevitable crash that always follows the grind. So here's the bottom line. The danger we're talking about isn't a threat, it's a competitive advantage. The well-rested person is dangerous to inefficiency. They're dangerous to wasted effort. They accomplish more in less time with less stress. They don't have to look busy because they actually are effective. And that leaves us with one final thought to take with you. Your axe could be your physical energy, your creative mind, your emotional health, your ability to focus. So, what axe in your life has been getting dull because you've been too busy chopping? And when are you going to take a break to sharpen it?